Have you ever looked at your palm and noticed the letter M formed by the intersecting lines on your hand? Maybe you've seen it before, but never gave it much thought. Or perhaps you've always felt like it meant something you couldn't quite explain, something that seemed too strange to be a coincidence. But what if I told you that this mark is far more than just a random pattern on your skin? What if this M is actually a message? A sign? A coded signal from the universe, revealing something extraordinary about your destiny? For centuries, mystics, palmists, and spiritualists have studied this rare marking, believing it to be a sign of deep intuition, heightened perception, and a spiritual mission unlike any other. Those who carry this symbol are believed to be different, not in a superficial way, but in a profound, cosmic sense. It is said that the M-bearers are the ones who see beyond the surface, the ones who can sense the unseen, the ones who were sent into this world with a higher purpose. This mark has been found on the palms of some of the most powerful spiritual leaders, thinkers, and visionaries in history. It has been linked to those with prophetic insight, natural leadership abilities, and an unshakable sense of destiny. Some say it is the mark of an old soul, a soul that has lived many lifetimes and carries wisdom beyond their years. Others believe it is a contract, a sign that the person who bears it has a mission to fulfill in this life, a divine role they must embrace. But let me ask you this, have you ever felt different? Have you ever felt like you don't quite fit in, like the way you see the world is completely different from those around you? Have you ever known things before they happened, felt people's emotions before they spoke, or experienced a pull towards something greater, something you can't quite define? If you have, then this marking may be more than just a line on your palm. It may be confirmation of something you have always sensed but never fully understood. It may be the universe's way of telling you that you are meant for something greater. This is not just about palmistry. This is about you, your soul, your path, your purpose. If you have ever wondered why your life feels different, why you experience the world in a way that others don't, then you need to listen closely. Because what you are about to hear might just change the way you see yourself forever. The presence of the M is said to indicate a person with a rare combination of intuition, intelligence, and resilience. It is believed that these individuals possess a sixth sense, an ability to see through deception, to detect truth, and to perceive hidden energies. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt whether the energy was good or bad? Have you ever met someone and immediately knew whether they could be trusted? Have you had dreams, visions, or gut feelings that later turned out to be true? If so, this may not be a coincidence. It may be a sign that you are among the rare individuals whose intuition is deeply connected to the spiritual realm. But this mark is not just about perception, it is also about power. Many who have the M are said to be natural-born leaders, people who were sent to guide others, to bring change, to awaken truth. These are not people who follow the crowd. These are trailblazers, visionaries, revolutionaries. If you have this mark, you may feel an intense inner drive, an urge to lead, to create, to inspire. But here's the thing, having the M is not just about gifts. It is also about responsibility. Because when you carry a mark of power, the universe will test you. Life may not always be easy. In fact, many who have this marking experience greater struggles, deeper betrayals, and intense spiritual battles. They often feel isolated, misunderstood, as if they walk a different path from everyone else. And that's because they do. The letter M in your palm is not a promise of an easy life. It is a sign that you were chosen to overcome, to rise above, to transform challenges into wisdom and pain into power. If you feel like life has given you more battles than others, if you feel like you have had to fight for every inch of progress, if you feel like you have been shaped by fire, know this. That fire is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to refine you. The ancient mystics believed that those with the M have an unbreakable spirit. That no matter how many times life knocks them down, they rise again, stronger, wiser, more powerful. Because that is what true leaders do. And that is why people with this mark often find themselves in roles of influence. They are the ones others turn to in times of crisis. They are the ones who have the ability to see beyond illusions, to speak truth when no one else dares to bring clarity where there is confusion. But here's the most important thing you need to understand. The M is not just a sign. It is a calling. If you have this mark, it is not enough to simply know you are different. You must step into your power. You must embrace your gifts. You must walk the path that has been laid out for you, not in fear, not in hesitation, but in certainty. You were not given this mark to hide in the shadows. You were given this mark to step into the light. So now, the question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Will you ignore it? Will you dismiss it as coincidence? Or will you take this as confirmation of what your soul has always known, that you were sent here for a reason, that you have something rare and powerful within you, that the universe has been calling you all along? If you have the M in your palm, your life is not ordinary. It is extraordinary. And this is just the beginning. Because now that you know the truth, it's time to unlock the full potential of who you really are. The letter M on your palm is not just a marking, it is a signal, a rare and powerful spiritual imprint that sets you apart from others. Unlike other palmistry signs, which can be found in many hands, the M does not appear randomly. It is a marking of higher frequency, an indicator that the person carrying it operates on a different spiritual wavelength, one that aligns with intuition, wisdom, and a deeper connection to the unseen. This symbol is said to appear only in those whose souls have lived before, those who carry knowledge beyond their years, those who were sent to this world with a purpose. Throughout history, mystics, spiritual leaders, and even prophets have been known to bear this mark, an unspoken sign of those chosen to see beyond what others perceive. If you have this marking, you are not like everyone else. You have a gift, one that is both a blessing and a responsibility. People with this symbol are said to possess a heightened sense of intuition, an ability to feel and perceive things long before they happen. They often experience gut feelings, visions, or prophetic dreams that later come true. While others rely solely on logic and what they can physically see, those with the M trust something deeper, an inner knowing, a silent guidance from within. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly sensed the energy before anyone even spoke? Have you ever met someone and immediately felt whether they could be trusted or not, without any logical explanation? Do you often get strong feelings about events before they unfold? If so, this is not a coincidence. This is your gift at work. This level of perception is not accidental, it is embedded in your very being. Your sensitivity to energies, emotions, and the vibrations of the world around you is stronger than most. Where others are blind to deception, you see through the masks. Where others get lost in confusion, you sense the truth. This is why people with the M in their palm are often drawn to spiritual or healing professions. Whether they realize it or not, they carry a natural ability to guide, to advise, to protect others from the unseen dangers of the world. Some become counselors, spiritual teachers, or energy healers. Others find themselves being the ones that friends and family always turn to for advice, for comfort, for direction. And yet, this ability is not without its challenges. Because you feel so much, because you sense so deeply, you may often feel burdened. You may find yourself absorbing the emotions of those around you. You may struggle with carrying pain that is not even yours. You may feel exhausted after being in crowds, or overwhelmed by places with intense energy. This is why understanding your gift is essential. Your intuition is a compass, but if you don't know how to use it, it can feel like a weight rather than a blessing. You must learn to differentiate between what belongs to you and what does not. You must learn to shield yourself from the energies that drain you, and cultivate the ones that empower you. Many believe that those with this mark are not new souls, that they have lived before, traversed different realms, and returned to this world with knowledge encoded within them. The M is often seen as an indication of an old soul, a person who has carried wisdom from past incarnations into this life. There is a reason why people with the M often feel out of place in society. They are not fully anchored to this reality. Their consciousness is deeply connected to universal truths, to energies beyond the physical, to spiritual dimensions that most people never experience. Have you ever felt like you don't fully belong here? Like you remember something you were never taught, like you carry a knowledge that seems to come from nowhere? Have you had déjà vu so strong that it felt more like a memory than a coincidence? If so, then you may be one of the few who carry memories beyond this lifetime. Dolores Cannon, a well-known past life regressionist, spoke about souls who carry ancient wisdom, who have agreed to return in this time to guide, to teach, to awaken others. Could it be that your M is proof of this? Could it be that your soul has been here before, learning, evolving, and now, returning, with a mission to fulfill? Many spiritual traditions believe that those with heightened intuition, particularly those with this marking, have a direct connection to their higher self, to unseen guides, and to universal energy. This is why they are often drawn to meditation, divination, healing arts, and esoteric knowledge without even knowing why. It is innate, woven into their very being. But having this kind of awareness, this kind of perception, this kind of deep inner knowing, comes with a responsibility. The M is not just a passive mark, it is an activation. A sign that you are meant to develop your spiritual gifts, to embrace your wisdom, and to use your intuition as a guiding force in your life. But here's the truth, not everyone is ready for it. Many who bear this marking struggle with the weight of their own perception. They doubt themselves. They feel alone in their awareness. They often go through phases of questioning their reality, wondering if they are imagining things, because what they feel is so vastly different from what others experience. But understand this, your intuition is not your enemy. It is your power. If you have this marking, you have been given a rare gift, but it is up to you to develop it. You must learn to trust it, to refine it, to use it wisely. You must learn when to listen and when to shield yourself from energies that do not serve you. Because the universe does not give this kind of power without purpose. So, ask yourself. Have you ignored your intuition in the past, only to later realize it was right? Have you ever felt an unexplainable connection to someone or something? Have you ever sensed a truth that others could not see? If so, then the M is not just a mark, it is a reminder. A whisper from the universe telling you, you are not here by accident. You were sent here for a reason. But what does this mean for your destiny? What is the next step for those who bear this mark? Let's go deeper. People with the letter M don't just follow, they lead. But this is not leadership by force. It is a quiet, undeniable presence, a magnetic energy that others naturally gravitate toward. It's not about authority or control, not about commanding with words or demanding attention. True leadership, the kind that comes with this mark, is something felt rather than spoken, something that radiates from within. Those who bear this marking often find that people trust them instinctively. Even before they speak, even without trying, they draw others toward them. Strangers open up to them, friends seek their guidance, loved ones lean on them for wisdom. They have a way of seeing situations clearly, objectively, intuitively, in a way that others cannot. Even in moments of uncertainty, their presence alone can bring calm, restore balance, and illuminate the path forward. But this kind of leadership is not an easy path. From a young age, people with the M on their palm often feel a sense of being different. They may find themselves mature beyond their years, carrying responsibilities long before they should have to. They may be the ones people come to for advice, the ones who hold everything together in times of crisis. And yet, beneath this strong exterior, they often feel something that few ever see, the weight of their own solitude. It is a paradox, being the one who is always there for others, yet feeling as though no one truly understands them. Being the one who listens to everyone's struggles, yet having no one to turn to when they need to be heard. Being the one who brings clarity to confusion, yet carrying their own unanswered questions in silence. If you have this mark, you know this feeling well. You know what it is like to be the strong one, the reliable one, the person who is expected to always have the answers, always be composed, always be the one who others turn to. And yet, deep inside, there are moments where you wish someone would do the same for you. This is why leadership is not a gift without struggle. It is a gift that comes with responsibility. It is a role that chooses you before you even understand what it means. You may not have sought it out, but you cannot escape it. It is woven into the very fabric of your being. Many people with this mark have faced more challenges than others. Life has not been easy. They have encountered hardships that seemed unfair, relentless, overwhelming. But here is something important to understand: none of it was without purpose. Challenges are not signs of failure for you, they are tests. The obstacles in your life were never meant to break you. They were meant to shape you into the leader you are destined to become. Think about your life. Have you noticed how the greatest lessons you've learned came through struggle? How the hardest moments revealed strength you didn't even know you had? How the situations that felt impossible at the time ended up transforming you in ways you could not have predicted? This is not coincidence. This is preparation. The weight of leadership is heavy because only those who have endured hardships can truly understand the struggles of others. You are not being punished, you are being refined. The difficulties you've faced were not meant to destroy you, but to prepare you for the great responsibility of leading, guiding, and uplifting others. And that is why people with this mark often find themselves in roles of influence. They are the ones others turn to in times of crisis, the ones who hold the wisdom that others seek. Not because they have studied leadership, not because they have pursued authority, but because they have walked through the fire and emerged stronger. This is what true leadership looks like: not seeking power, but being given it through experience, through endurance, through transformation. But here's something important: leaders are not meant to carry everything alone. If you have this mark, you must understand that being strong does not mean never asking for help. Being a guide for others does not mean you do not need guidance yourself. Being a light for others does not mean you should let yourself burn out in the process. Many with this marking struggle with this balance. They take on too much, they absorb the pain of others, they carry burdens that were never meant to be theirs alone. They feel responsible for fixing everything, healing everyone, making sure that no one around them is lost. But even the strongest leaders need rest. Even those who carry wisdom need time to reflect. Even those who were sent to guide others must also allow themselves to be guided. If you have this mark, this is your reminder: you were not sent here to save the world alone. You were sent here to lead, to uplift, to inspire, but not at the cost of your own soul. You must learn to balance your power, to protect your energy, to set boundaries that allow you to serve without losing yourself. Because the M is not just a mark of leadership, it is a mark of spiritual connection. It is a sign that you do not lead alone. It signifies a direct link to divine wisdom, to unseen guidance, to something greater than yourself. That is why many people with this mark are drawn to spirituality, to higher truths, to seeking wisdom beyond the physical world. They instinctively know that true leadership is not just about logic, not just about knowledge, but about intuition, about trusting something deeper, about walking in alignment with a higher calling. If you have spent your life feeling the weight of your responsibilities, if you have carried struggles that others may never fully understand, if you have always felt that your path is different, know this: your soul chose this path. You were given this role not by accident, but because you were meant to rise into it. But leadership without spiritual alignment can become overwhelming. That's why this mark doesn't just indicate leadership, it signifies a direct connection to divine guidance. And that's what we'll explore next. Having the letter M on your palm is not just about intuition, it's about responsibility. It is more than just a symbol, it is a calling. The universe has given you heightened awareness, a deeper connection to unseen energies, and a natural ability to perceive truth. But the question is, what will you do with it? This gift is not random. It was given to you because you are meant to use it, to channel it, to master it. You were not sent into this world to simply exist, you were sent here to observe, to understand, to guide, to elevate. There is something in you that is different, something in you that sees beyond the illusion, feels beyond the surface, and understands what most people miss. But as powerful as this ability is, it comes with challenges. Many people who bear the M on their palms feel overwhelmed by the depth of what they experience. They sense more, feel more, and often struggle to disconnect from the emotions and energies around them. Their intuition is so strong that it can be exhausting. They can walk into a room and instantly absorb the energy, whether positive or negative. They can feel when someone is being dishonest, even if nothing has been said. They can sense danger before it happens. They carry emotions that are not even theirs. This is both a gift and a burden. Imagine trying to listen to 100 conversations at once, feeling every emotion around you, processing every unspoken thought. It can be too much. Without balance, this level of sensitivity can lead to emotional exhaustion, anxiety, and even physical fatigue. Have you ever felt drained after spending time with certain people, even if they didn't do anything to hurt you? Have you ever felt a heavy energy in a space, even when no one else seemed to notice? Have you ever found yourself worrying about things that haven't happened yet, simply because you feel something is off? This is why many people with the M struggle in large crowds or chaotic environments. Their energy is like a sponge, soaking in everything around them. And if they don't know how to filter what they absorb, they can end up feeling drained, overwhelmed, and disconnected from themselves. But this is not a curse, it is a skill that must be mastered. Like any gift, intuition must be protected, nurtured, and trained. You must learn how to control your energy rather than letting it control you. So how do you do this? How do you protect your gift without shutting yourself off from the world? How do you keep your sensitivity without letting it consume you? The first step is learning to protect your energy. You must recognize that not every emotion you feel belongs to you. Not every thought that enters your mind is yours to carry. Not every person deserves access to your energy. You must learn to set boundaries, not just physically, but spiritually. Meditation, grounding techniques, and intentional solitude are not luxuries for you, they are necessities. Meditation helps you clear the noise. When you meditate, you separate your thoughts from the energies of others. You reconnect with yourself. You regain control. Even 5 minutes of silence each day can help you reset and realign with your own truth. Grounding brings you back to stability. Walking barefoot on the earth, standing under the sun, touching water, these are ways to bring your energy back to balance. When your spirit feels scattered, grounding helps you return to the present moment. Intentional solitude gives you clarity. As someone with heightened sensitivity, you need time alone to process what you feel, to distinguish your own emotions from the emotions of those around you. Solitude is not isolation, it is renewal. It is where you find your strength. Beyond these techniques, you must also be mindful of who and what you give your energy to. Not everyone deserves your full presence. Not every situation requires your involvement. You must learn to listen to your instincts when they tell you to step back, to walk away, to protect your peace. Because your energy is powerful. It can heal, but it can also drain. It can uplift, but it can also be misused. If you do not control it, others will drain it from you, intentionally or unintentionally. If you do not harness it, it can scatter, leaving you feeling lost, exhausted, and disconnected from your purpose. And that is why you must understand how to truly master it. Because when you do, when you learn to control, protect, and direct your energy, you step into a higher level of power, a greater sense of purpose, and a deeper connection to the universe itself. Your ability to sense, to feel, to see beyond the surface, it is not a burden, it is a calling. But like all callings, it requires wisdom, balance, and understanding. So the question is no longer why do you feel so much? The question is, what will you do with what you feel? Your path is not just about intuition. It is about responsibility. And now, it is time to step into it fully. This is more than just a marking. It is a message. A whisper from the universe. A reminder of who you are and who you were always meant to be. The letter M on your palm is not a coincidence, not just a pattern in your skin, it is a sign, a call, an awakening. It has been with you from the beginning, waiting for you to see it, waiting for you to understand it, waiting for you to step into the power it represents. You have spent your life feeling different, sensing things others cannot, carrying wisdom that seems to come from nowhere. You have always known that you were meant for something greater, that your life was not meant to follow the same path as everyone else's. And now, the truth has been revealed to you. Now, you know why. But what happens next? Because knowing is not enough. You must act. Your path is unique. Your gifts are rare. Your presence in this world is not an accident. You were given the ability to see beyond illusion, to perceive what is hidden, to guide, to protect, to lead. But now, you must make a choice. What will you do with this knowledge? Will you embrace it, accept it, develop it, and walk in the purpose that has been placed before you? Or will you ignore it, dismiss it as chance, and continue to live as if this calling does not exist? Many people go through life ignoring the signs. They feel the pull towards something greater, but they turn away out of fear, doubt, or uncertainty. They convince themselves that the whispers in their heart are just imagination, that the deep intuition they feel is not real, that their connection to unseen energies is nothing more than coincidence. But the universe does not make mistakes. And it has brought you here for a reason. You have been given something special, something rare. And now, the question is not whether this mark means something. The question is, what will you do with what you have been given? It is easy to ignore it, to pretend it doesn't matter, to push it aside and continue living the way you always have. But deep down, you know that something inside you has changed. You cannot unknow what has been revealed. You cannot go back to before. Because once you see, you can never unsee. You were chosen to be different. You were designed to feel more, to see more, to understand more. You were not meant to fit in, you were meant to rise. And the journey ahead is not an easy one. There will be moments of doubt. There will be times when you question yourself, when you wonder if you are imagining it all. There will be times when the weight of your sensitivity feels too heavy, when you wish you could silence the voice inside you that tells you to look deeper, feel deeper, trust deeper. But that voice is not a burden. It is your guide. The universe does not speak without reason. It is speaking to you now. It has shown you the signs. It has opened your awareness. It has confirmed what you have felt all along. And now, it is asking, are you ready to listen? Are you ready to walk the path that was meant for you? This is not about becoming someone new. This is about becoming who you were always meant to be. This is about stepping into your power, about embracing the truth that has always been inside you. It has always been there, you just needed to see it. So take a deep breath. Feel the energy in your hands. Look at the markings that have been with you since birth. And ask yourself, what will I do with what I have been given? Because the truth is, this marking is not just a sign of who you are, it is a reminder of who you are meant to become. This is just the beginning. There is more to uncover. There is more to understand. There is more waiting for you, just beyond the edge of what you can see. Your journey into the mysteries of your soul has only just begun. Stay connected. Stay open. Stay ready. Because the path ahead is about to reveal even more than you ever imagined.